Hello, hello. Welcome to the channel. Today we are going to do a hopefully fairly quick video. It is about the I'll get around to it later tag, which I saw recently on QWERTY's YouTube channel, but was originally brought about, at least from what I was able to gather on the interwebs, from book blogger quote unquote, which doesn't seem to still be around. I'm not sure if they changed the name of the blog or if it just Sorry, I've got a dog behind me doing something weird. I don't know what's going on. Distraction. You're not surprised at all at this point. Sorry. Um, Anyways, so essentially it is all of the things that you have been putting off. So a book you've been procrastinating on, a book someone recommended that you never got around to, it's been on your shelf, you never read it, all those kinds of things. So I have a very, very long TBR, and it needs to be edited. edited fairly soon. So far I've gotten through the series audit for the last, since I started tracking my books again. But I now have to go through the random list of I heard about this book on the internet and I clicked and added it. Or I remember reading this book once upon a time, but I don't think I ever finished that series, and I added it to the list, and now I have hundreds of books to go through and see if I'm actually interested in them over the next few months and just sort of edit it down. I thought about like deleting it and starting from scratch, but there's some actual stuff in there that I probably do want to keep. So I don't want to completely like dismiss all of it. At least so far, that's the plan. All right, so first one is a classic you've put off, which I chose Jane Eyre, and this is going to be because, yes, it's on my classic list, but also because I will be able to utilize it for a Herkiad prompt, specifically the adaptations prompt. There is a web series that is based on Jane Eyre, and I've only gotten through about, I want to say like 6 or 7 episodes, because they're pretty mini episodes. But my goal will be to read Jane Eyre and then eventually also finish the web series before the end of the year or for the end of Herkiad at some point. I'm just not sure if I'm going to get them both done at the same time. And so far, I've been counting it as checked off once I read the original for the adaptation, because I'm trying to do both whenever possible. I'm not always able to go. So, for instance, I read A Christmas Carol, and I wasn't able to go to the play, and I'm not going to be able to go to the play or the musical for Wicked, but I plan on reading it. I saw Wicked last year, and I honestly just do not want to buy tickets again. And I chose the musical, and I don't know if that counts towards musical movie or if not, because I'm definitely going to be watching that. So I'm not sure. Let me know what you think, because if so, then maybe I will be able to count some of that. Either way, I'm still going to be counting it when I put the original as being checked off. It just makes it easier for my life for now. All right, next is a book on your shelf you haven't read yet. So I chose The Subtle Art of Not Giving Enough by Mark Manson. And because it's literally been on my shelf since I looked it up, when did I buy it? I bought it on March 6, 2023. And I know because I bought it on Amazon. I had just moved maybe a month or so before to Connecticut, and we were house hunting, and there was a lot of stressful things going on, and so I bought myself some self-help books, and I did not finish them. I finished one of them. I did not finish both of them. This was the second one. So I do need to read it at some point because I own it, and I don't want to purchase something and then not use it or not read it at least once. And then if I read it and I decide I don't want to keep it, then I can find it a new home, because I don't have a ton of shelf space in my home. So we're going to go ahead and choose this one. Next up, we're going to look at a book I've recently gotten and haven't read. So I won Grimstone in a giveaway by TWOF NBC, which is the women's only Friday night book club. It's on Facebook. You can totally go look them up. And I won it in a giveaway, and I was supposed to read it in October, but with all the travel that's going on, since it is a physical book, it wasn't really something I could fit in. I was traveling for like almost half the month. It was like 1.5 weeks out of the month, and I haven't gotten to it yet. It's been crazy. So it's gonna have to move into my November list because I do want to read it because I got it as a giveaway, and I already missed the like read along and chat. Well, it wasn't a read along; it was a book club chat, and that was unfortunate. But I was out of town anyway that week, and so I wouldn't have been able to make it even if I had finished the book. But it looks good, and I got the book for free, so I definitely want to get through it. So add it on here. Next one is a book you've had forever and haven't read. So this one is a ebook. I got it. When did I buy it? I bought it October 6, 2023. So it's not been forever. How do you define forever? I'm not sure. But nothing on my actual shelves is super, super old that I haven't read. I do have a few books that I've had since like high school, but they've all been read at least once. So they don't fit this qualification. So I went back into my Kindle and started searching for books that looked interesting that were from before 2024 because I was like, that is not forever. My cutoff is you have to be at least a full like 2.5 years old in order to be like put off, right? For forever. So I went ahead and went that route for this one. Hopefully it's good. I've never read it. I've read the like little blurb and that is it. I got it for, I'm pretty sure I got it for free at one of those like stuff your Kindle events. But I never got around to reading it, which is unfortunate. Like if I'm going to get a book for free, I should try to read it. Anywho's, next up, a book you've been recommended and haven't read. The Wizard's First Rule. It is a rather long book, but I was at a regional event in, I'm trying to remember. It would have been, in Massachusetts at the time. And it was for choir, and I had 3 other roomies because I try to always get 4 people in my room if I can, lower some costs. And it's also more fun because you get to, hang out and chat with people, and you've sort of got like built-in hangout friends to spend some time with. Anyways, we were out chatting about books and this and that and the other, and it was like a 3 or 4 hour conversation. So it was one of those meandering conversations. And someone mentioned that they had read this book, and then every other person, mind you, there were only 4 of us, except for me, had read this book. And I was like, okay, I'll get it. And then I went online and I found it. It's on Kindle Unlimited. It was audio and written, so I could do either one. And I was like, that's cool. I already pay for Kindle Unlimited, so I don't need to purchase the book. It's right there. And I looked at how long it was, and I went, do you know how long this book is? And they said, it is worth every minute. It's amazing. And then they went to chatting about different things about the book and trying to keep it as spoiler free as possible. And they were just like in love with it. So it's been on my list. It is a really, really long one though. But I also have a really, really long, I wanted to say commute. Commute is not the word. Flight. This month. 2 of them because one's to and one's from. So hopefully I can read it then. Otherwise, there's also a holiday this month, so I'll have a couple of days off for the holiday. So I could potentially read it then too. Anyway, that was my thought, was like, I can probably fit it in this month and then we can chat. And I want to talk about the book. They were so excited about it. All right, procrastinating. This is where I may be a bad sister-in-law? Sister-in-law. Scythe has been on my not my bookshelf, on my bedside table for a year. I need to bring it back to my brother-in-law. He's 13, so I don't think this was, I think this is young adult, and yeah, I needed to bring it back. He's like, it's my all-time favorite book, and I was like, okay, I'll definitely read it. And then I got like a third of the way into it, and I was just like, this is intense. Like, I don't know how I feel about these children being taught to like kill people. And like they're talking about suicidality as like a fun thing for the kiddos to do because their parents will pay to bring them back to life. And I'm just like, this is a little too intense for what I am looking for today. I thought this would be a little chiller. And then I put it down and then I never picked it back up. And that is totally on me. I should have returned it. A bad book borrowing family member. Like, or friend, like always return your books in a timely manner. A year, not a timely manner. So need to finish this so I can give it back to him, hopefully at Thanksgiving. That'd be perfect, right? Here, you're already here. Here's the book back that I borrowed, and I'm so sorry. Um, can I buy you a book? We're always talking about books with the kiddos if at all possible. And I read some of their books that they're reading throughout the year. If they mention that they're enjoying them, or if they have um, a book for school that they are reading for summer reading, that I'll be like, yeah, we'll read it together and chat about it if possible. I love reading. I want other people to enjoy reading. So if I can get them excited about it, why not, right? And I might find good ones because not this past summer, but the summer before, the same sibling, actually, of my husband mentioned that he was reading, my goodness gracious, the Scholomance series. It was the first one. And I said, I will read it with you. Absolutely. And it ended up being that I also told my husband he needed to read it, and then we would read it together, and then chat about it, and then both of us decided we really need to, like, separately and independently, read the next book in the series. And then we went on and read the third one, and we were discussing it, he and I, through the entire series, and like, how did you feel about this? What do you feel about that? And it was just a really good discussion. Um, yeah, so hopefully, maybe this will be another one where after I get past the first third, then it'll turn around and be fantastic, because the other one was. But the first third was a little much for me at the time. I was looking for light and fun, and it was not light and fun. All right, so the last one is the next book on my TBR. I do not know what that's going to be yet because I plan on doing this in November, and I don't know what that's going to be because it is the 28th at the moment, and so I have 3 more days, and I am a mood reader, so it could be all over the place. But I think based on what books are going to be turned in, when, and everything else, that it's probably going to be God of the Woods. So I'm going to say God of the Woods because I need to turn this one in because I got it as a skip the line, which means I only have a couple of days left with this book. You only get like it can be anywhere from like I think 5 to like 7 days, and I got it for 7. So I do need to finish this in the next couple of days. Therefore, makes sense that it would be the next book on my TBR, right? So that is that. And then I don't know if I was supposed to, but Cordy said, who is she going to tag? So I assume that I'm going to be tagging people as well. So I chose 4 people that I was not able to find on their channels any reference to this tag. At least I like put their name in and then the tag, and I also like scrolled through like the last few months of videos. So if you did do this, I'm so sorry. But the ones I'm going to tag were the Basics Basic, Book Roast, Chantel Reads All Day, and Rescues and Reads. So I'm interested to see what you guys are going to read if you participate, and maybe I'll have some more books to add to my never-ending TBR. Or maybe we'll have some similar books, which will be all the more fun. So I will chat with all of you guys later, and I will not be available for a little bit because I'm going to be gone. So I have this video and then one other video that are going to come up, so it won't be completely dead while I'm gone. But I'm not going to be back in town, I believe, until the 10th. And I'm not able to really post anything while I am traveling. So I'm going to go ahead and do the monthly update later than anticipated for this month. It will be probably about mid-month for the October wrap-up, which is a little unfortunate, but we gotta do what we gotta do. And maybe I will be able to get some pictures or etc. I'm hoping to be able to at least read comments and things while I'm gone and maybe respond to some when I get internet. And since we're going to be going to cafes and things like that, I'm sure that there will be internet here and there. So I will be checking in when I can. And I appreciate all of you guys. I've already gotten a couple of good recommendations on books that have gone onto my schedule for some time, especially blah blah. My voice. Oh my goodness. My brain, not my voice. Now I've got Ursula in my head. Anywho's, that had gone onto my list specifically for Herkiad prompts. So if you have any suggestions for me on any of those or any of the other challenges that I'm working through, let me know. I'm also going to be working on the Dungeons and Book Dragons challenge this month. So you may see me in that Discord as I'm able to participate. I haven't yet picked out what my character is going to be yet. I'm hoping to get that done before I leave, but if not, I will be working on it at the airport, that's fine, not a big deal. I have plenty of layover time to work on things. It is a rather long journey. So I will have fun and get started and hopefully see you guys in the various discords and in the comments. So I'll chat with you guys later. Bye.